Hello, my dears. I hope you all are doing well. In this episode, I'm going to explain one new topic, that is accounts of insurance companies. So, first, let me know the meaning of insurance. So, my dears, here insurance means an agreement between the two parties where one party agreed to pay an agreed amount of consideration to another party. Here, insurance means an agreement between the two parties where one party agrees to pay an agreed amount of consideration to another party. Okay, so here two parties are there. Okay, first party is called insured. One party is called insured, and the second party is called insurer. So who is insured and who is insurer? Who is called insured and who is called insurer means, see, here insured means the person whose risk is covered. The person whose risk is covered is called insured. So here insured is also called as assured. Okay, next, second party. The second party, it may be company or corporation. Okay, company or corporation which insures is known as insurer. Okay, the company or corporation which insures is known as insurer. So here insurer is also known as assurer or underwriter. Okay, so when the agreement put in writing, is known as policy. Okay? So my dears, here the insurer is agreed to pay consideration in return to insured. Okay, so to get the amount from insurer to insured, okay, insured has to pay certain amount to the insurer, I mean to the insurance company. Okay, that amount is called as premium. Okay, the amount which is paid by the insured to get the consideration in return is called as premium. Okay, right. Next, types of insurance. So here the insurance are classified into two types, life insurance and general insurance. So my dears, what is the meaning of life insurance? Here life insurance is the type of insurance where the corporation, a corporation means insurance company, where the corporation guarantees to pay a certain sum of money to the policyholder on reaching a certain age or on his death, whichever is earlier. Okay, a life insurance means it was a business. Okay, the business where the insurance corporation guarantees to pay a certain sum of money to the policyholder on reaching a certain age or on his death, whichever is earlier. Okay, so here life insurance business is carried on by Life Insurance Corporation of India, okay, since 1956. Life insurance business is carried on by Life Insurance Corporation (LIC), okay, since 1956. Next, second type, general insurance. So here general insurance includes all other types of insurance except life insurance. Except life insurance, all other types of insurance is called general insurance only. For example, fire insurance, marine insurance, and accident insurance, etc. Nowadays, these two types of insurance, life insurance and general insurance, okay, both are engaged by the private firms also, according to the Companies Act 2013. Okay, the government has allowed to engage these two type of business by the private firms. Okay, next, what are the accounting books maintained by the insurance companies? So according to Insurance Act 1938, the insurance companies will maintain two types of books. Okay, one is statutory books and the second one subsidiary books. Okay, so in statutory books, the first one is register of policies. Okay, so here register of policies, in register of policies, this register will contain the particulars in respect of each policy issued by the insurer, such as the name and address of the policy holder, okay, the date when the policy was effected, and record of the assignment of the policy, if any. Okay, so in register of policies, the register will contain the particulars in respect of each policy issued by the insurer. Okay, next, register of claims. So in register of claims, it contains the particulars of each claim, such as the date of claim, the name and address of claimants, the date on which the claim was discharged, date and ground for rejection in case the claim is rejected. Okay, so in register of claims, it contains the particulars of each claim. Next, register of licensed insurance agents. So in register of licensed insurance agents, it contains the particulars of various insurance agents, their names, addresses, particulars of business done, and commission due to them. Okay, so in this book, it contains the particulars of various insurance agents. So next, subsidiary books. So for proper maintenance of accounts, important subsidiary books are maintained according to the convenience of the concern. Okay, so in subsidiary books, the main books are uh, like cash book, first year's premium cash book, renewal premium cash book, agency and branch cash book, petty cash book, claims cash book, general cash book, containing the summary of all previous books, bank cash book, commission register, lapsed and cancelled policies book, journal, agency, ledger, policy loan ledger, general loan ledger, investment ledger. Okay, so these types of books are maintained in subsidiary books. Okay, next, preparation of financial statements. So my dears, in insurance companies, okay, so in final accounts, what are the accounts prepared by the insurance company means, number 1, revenue account, number 2, profit and loss account, and number 3, balance sheet. So my dears, in our country, okay, all the insurance companies, maybe private insurance company or private public insurance company, all the insurance companies are regulated by the government, which is set up by the government in the year of 1996. IRDA. IRDA means Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. Okay, so in 2002, the authority came with regulations for the preparation of financial statements of insurance company. Before going to the problems, we would like to explain some important terms which we use in accounts of insurance companies. So these are the important terms. See, number 1, claims, number 2, annuity, number 3, surrender value, 4, bonus in cash, 5, bonus in reduction of premium, 6, consideration for annuities granted, 7, reinsurance, number 8, commission on reinsurance accepted or ceded. So first, claims. So here claims means the amount which is payable by the insurance company is called a claim. Okay, claims means the amount payable by the insurance company to insured, okay, is called as claims. So while calculating the figure of our claims, all claims intimated and accepted or not accepted at the end of the year and expenses relating to claims are to be added. Okay, while we calculate the claims amount, we should remember all claims intimated and accepted or not accepted at the end of the year and expenses relating to claims are to be added. And out of the total claims outstanding at the beginning of the year and reinsurance recoveries are to be deducted. Okay, what are the amounts we have to deduct? Claims outstanding at the beginning of the year and reinsurance recoveries are to be deducted. This is about claims. Next, number 2, annuity. So my dears, here annuity means it is an annual payment. It is an annual payment which a life insurance company guarantees to pay for a lump sum money received in the beginning. Okay, so annuity means the annual payment which a life insurance company guarantees to pay for a lump sum money which is received in the beginning. Okay, next, number 3, surrender value. Here surrender value means if an insured is unable to pay, if an insured is unable to pay the further premium, he can get his policy paid from the corporation. Okay, you can get the amount from life insurance corporation. It is a present cash value of the policy which a holder gets from the corporation on surrendering all the rights of the policy. Okay, so my dears, here there is no surrender value in case of general insurance policies. Okay, so here surrender value only in life insurance policy is available. Next, bonus in cash. So what is a meaning of bonus in cash. So bonus in cash means if the insurer has with the profit policy, the insurer has with profit policy, he will get the bonus from the corporation. Okay, so if the bonus is paid in cash, it is shown on the debit side of the revenue account as an expense. In the problem, again I will explain. So your bonus in cash means if the insurer has with a profit policy, he will get the bonus from the corporation. Okay, next, bonus in reduction of premium. So your bonus in reduction of premium means instead of paying bonus in cash, instead of paying bonus in cash, the insurer may deduct the bonus from the premiums. The insurer may deduct the bonus from the premium due from the insured. Okay, this is known as bonus in reduction of premium. Okay, next, consideration for annuities granted. So my dear sir, consideration for annuities granted means any lump sum payment received by the insurance company in lieu of granting annuity is called as consideration for annuity granted and will be shown as income under the heading of other income. Okay? So here consideration for annuities granted means any lump sum payment received by the insurance company in lieu of granting annuity. Okay, so granting annuity is called as consideration for annuity granted. Okay, next, reinsurance. So reinsurance means this is an item of income, okay, and shown as, sorry, reinsurance means when a company accepts, okay, reinsurance means when a company accepts a business of more value and in order to reduce the risk, we pass on some business to the other company. It is called reinsurance. Reinsurance means when a company accepts a business of more value and in order to reduce the risk, it may pass on some business to the other company. Okay, so then it is called reinsurance. Next, commission on reinsurance accepted and ceded. Just now I explained now what is reinsurance. So here the commission on reinsurance accepted and ceded means, see, when the company which passes some business to other company, okay, so the company gets some commission which is known as commission on reinsurance business ceded. Okay, when we uh, pass some business to other company, okay, that other company will give some commission to us. Okay, so that commission is known as commission on reinsurance business ceded. And which company is accepted, the reinsurance business, okay, so that company will pay the commission now. So that commission is known as commission on reinsurance accepted. Okay, so when we pass some business to other company, okay, the other company will pay commission to us. Okay, so for our point of view, that commission becomes, okay, commission on reinsurance business ceded. And the company, okay, which is accepted the business, okay, so that company will pay the commission amount which is called as commission on reinsurance accepted. So these are the important terms often used in final accounts of insurance companies. So let's we start one basic problem. Okay, so here once I briefly explain the final accounts pro formas. Okay, so as I said, my dears, in insurance companies final accounts we prepare revenue accounts, profit and loss account, balance sheet. But exam point of view, we prepare I mean exam point of view, revenue account and balance sheets only important, profit and loss account not required. So here I am explaining the revenue account and balance sheet. So first, revenue account. Okay, so in the new amendment act, insurance act 2002, okay, schedule number 3, form A, revenue account and profit and loss account, balance sheet pro formas are given. Okay, so as per the, so here revenue account, okay, RA means revenue account, for the year ending. Okay, we mentioned the closing date. So in revenue account starts with schedule number 1 and ends with schedule number 4. Okay, so next, balance sheet. Here balance sheet starts with schedule number 5 and ends with schedule number 15. First, schedule number 1 is net premiums earned. Okay, so my dears, schedule number 1, net premiums earned. Under the schedule, what are the main items we take means, in schedule number 1 we take premium. Okay, so here premium means maybe first year premium or renewal premium or single premium, any type of premium comes under schedule number 1. It is net premiums earned. Next next we take income from investments. The question income from investments mentioned means we take here. Next if any other income is there, we take at last. Okay. Next schedule number 2. Under the schedule number 2 we take commission. So your commission means, okay, all the commissions, okay, like first year premiums, on renewal premiums, on single premium. The commission which is paid on first year premiums, renewal premiums, or on single premiums also take under schedule number 2. Okay. If any commission on reinsurance accepted, any commission on reinsurance accepted, just now I explained now, commission on reinsurance accepted and ceded. Commission on reinsurance accepted given means we have to add. Commission on reinsurance ceded means we have to less. Okay. Then we get net commission, that is schedule number 2. Next schedule number 3. So schedule number 3 is operating expenses. So my dears, under operating expenses, okay, we take all the expenditure like employees remuneration, welfare benefits, travel, conveyance and vehicle running expenses, training expenses, rent, rates, taxes, repairs, okay, printing and stationery, communication expenses, legal and professional charges, medical expenditure, auditor's fee, okay, and all the other expenditure, advertisement, depreciation, bank charges, interest, this all comes under schedule number 3. Next, schedule number 4. What is schedule number 4? Net benefits paid. So here under net benefits paid, we take insurance claims. Okay, insurance claims, okay, that may be by death, or insurance claims by maturity, insurance claims, annuities, pension payments, okay, and other benefits we take under schedule number 4. And also we take amount ceded in reinsurance, amount ceded in reinsurance and amount accepted in reinsurance. This all comes under schedule number 4. Okay. Next, later at last we take interim dividend, interim bonuses paid. If any mentioned in the problem, we take interim bonuses paid. Okay. Then we calculate surplus or deficit. So generally we get surplus. So how we get surplus means, okay, from total A minus total B minus total C, then we get surplus, which we have to transfer to the balance sheet. Okay. So this is a revenue account pro forma and important schedules. Okay. Next we go to the balance sheet. Okay. So in balance sheet, the first schedule is schedule number 5. So under the schedule number 5, what is schedule number 5? Share capital. So under the share capital, we take all types of capital. Okay, authorized capital, issued, subscribed, called up, and paid up capital. Okay, we mention in schedule number 5. Next, schedule number 6. Here, what is the schedule number 6? Reserves and surplus. So under the reserves and surplus, we take capital reserve and all the other reserves. Okay, so capital reserves and all other reserves means, for example, capital redemption reserve, share premium, revaluation reserve. Okay, next all the other reserves comes under schedule number 6, and the profit which we got in revenue accounts, that profit we adjust here. Okay, so present here profit amount we take in schedule number 6. Next, schedule number 7. Schedule number 7 is borrowings. So under the schedule number 7, we take borrowings like debentures, okay, borrowings on bonds, okay, borrowings from banks or any other financial institutions comes under schedule number 7. Next, schedule number 8. So here schedule number 8 is investments. Okay, here investments means you know very well. So here we take all the long term and short term investments. We take long term and short term investments like government securities, okay, bonds, other investments like equity shares, preference shares, mutual funds, okay, debentures, okay, other all the securities comes in schedule number 8. Next, schedule number 9. So my dears, under schedule number 9, we take the loan amounts. Okay, so here in loan amounts, we take all the loans like secured loans, and also we take all the unsecured loans, secured and unsecured short term loans and long term loans within India and also outside India, from central government or state government, or from banks, other banks, or from other financial institutions, okay, subsidiaries, companies. Okay, these all loans, okay, which are taken comes under schedule number 9. Next, schedule number 10. Under schedule number 10, we show fixed assets. Okay, so here fixed assets means, for example, goodwill. Okay, goodwill and all intangible assets like freehold uh, uh, sorry tangible assets like freehold premises, okay, next leasehold property, buildings, okay, furniture and fixtures, equipment, vehicles, all fixed assets, maybe tangible or intangible assets, comes under schedule number 10. Next, schedule number 11. So here schedule number 11, take cash and bank balances, okay, cash and bank balances only we take under schedule number 11. Okay, so also we record money at call and short notice, money at call and short notice with the banks and with other institutions also comes in schedule number 11. Next, schedule number 12. In schedule number 12 we take advances and other assets. Okay, here advances and other assets means, for example, here advances means like reserve deposits with seeding companies, application money for investments, prepayments, advances to directors or officers, advance tax paid, okay, and taxes deducted at source. This all comes under advances. Next, other assets. Here other assets, for example, income accrued on investments, outstanding premiums, agents balances, foreign agencies balances, okay, due from subsidiaries or holding company, deposit with the Reserve Bank of India, okay. This all comes under schedule number 12, okay, under other assets. Next, schedule number 13. In schedule number 13 we take current liabilities. So what are the example for current liabilities? Like balances due to other insurance companies, deposits held on reinsurance date, premiums received in advance, unallocated allocated premium, sundry creditors, okay, agents balances, annuities due to officers, directors, is all due amounts, means liabilities only now, so comes under schedule number 13. Next, schedule number 14. Schedule number 14 is provisions. So in provisions, we take all the provisions like for taxation, provision for taxation, provision for proposed dividends, provision for dividend distribution tax. Okay, so the type of provisions comes under schedule number 14. And the last schedule is schedule number 15. Okay, miscellaneous expenditure. In miscellaneous expenditure, we take discount allowed on issue of shares, discount allowed on issue of debentures. Okay, like that expenditure comes under schedule number 15. So my dears, here while we calculate current assets, okay, so to calculate net current assets we are taking current assets and current liabilities, okay. So here from schedule number 11 and 12, schedule number 11 and 12 are current assets schedules. Next, schedule number 13 and 14 are current liability schedules, okay. So from deducting current assets, current liabilities, we get net current assets, okay. The net to current assets amount only we take in outer column, okay. Listen once again. So in current liabilities, first we take cash and bank balances, advance and other assets, inner column, okay. By totaling these two we get subtotal, okay, that we take as a total. Next, current liabilities. In current liabilities we take current liabilities and provisions. By adding these two we get again subtotal, that we take as b total, okay. Next, how we get net current assets total means subtotal A minus subtotal B. That means current assets minus current liabilities. Then we get net current assets. That amount direct we take in outer column. Okay. So these are the pro formas, revenue account and balance sheet. So my dears, profit and loss account is not required. So just leave it. Now let's we start one basic problem. It's a long problem in your textbook on page number 56, problem number 1. See, from the following trial balance as on 31st March 2017, prepare a balance sheet and revenue account of the life assurance business. Okay. First item, mortgage on properties within India, mortgages on property outside of India. Okay, out of India. Next is loans on life interest, loans on reversions. So these four items are loan amounts only. Okay, loan amounts means what is the schedule number? Yes, schedule number 9. Okay, schedule number 9 is loans. The first four items comes in schedule number 9. Next, loans on policies within their surrender value, it is also loan amount, same schedule. Next, investments. Okay, investments means what is the schedule number? Yes, investment schedule number is 8. Investment schedule number is 8. So in investments, what are given? Municipal securities, Indian and foreign government securities, freehold ground rents, reversions. Okay, so these all comes in schedule number 8. Next, outstanding premium. So my dears, outstanding premium, okay, comes in schedule number 12. What is schedule number 12? Advances and other assets. Outstanding premium is the bank has to receive now, so it comes in other assets, that is schedule number 12. Next, to outstanding interest, dividend and rent, also other asset to the business, so comes in schedule number 12. Next, surrenders on business outside India. Surrenders on business outside India, surrenders on business within India. So this surrender amounts and claims, surrenders and claims comes in schedule number 4. That means net benefits paid. Okay, schedule number 4 we take. Next, cash in hand. Okay, cash in hand, for cash in hand separate schedule is there now. So what is the schedule number? Yes, schedule number 11. Next, claims admitted but not paid. Claims admitted but not paid. Not paid means have to pay now. Have to pay means what is the nature? Liability. So it comes in other liabilities. Okay, current liability schedule, that is schedule number 13. Next, claims on business within India, claims on business outside India. Just now I explained. Okay, claims on business. Next, claims on business within India, outside India comes in schedule number 4. This net benefits paid. Next, sundry creditor. Sundry creditor is the nature current liability, so it comes in schedule number 13 only. Next, amount of life insurance fund at the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year means that is last year profit. Okay, so last year profit we take in schedule number 6. Okay, and present year profit we have to add, have to adjust. Next, expenses of management. Expenses, so expenses where we take separate schedule is there now. Okay, operating expenses, that is schedule number 3. And schedule number 3 we take. Next, premiums on business within India and outside India. Okay, premiums, what is the premium schedule? Yes, schedule number 1. So in schedule number 1, the net premiums earned we take premiums on business within India and also outside India. This is very simple problem, okay, but important problem, right? So what they asked, only to prepare revenue account and balance sheet. Okay, profit and loss account not required, right? So your title, revenue account of the life insurance business or corporation for the year ending 31st March 2017. For balance sheet, the title, balance sheet of life insurance corporation as on 31st March 2017, right? The first item, mortgage on properties within India. Okay, mortgages on properties within India comes in loans schedule. What is the loans schedule number? Yes, right, schedule number 9. Schedule number 9, mortgages on properties. Mortgages on properties within India is 4 lakhs thousands, and outside India or out of India 50,000 thousands. In thousands I am taking. Next, loans on life interest, loans on reversions, loans on policies. Okay, this all comes in loan schedule only. Loans on life interest 1 lakh thousand. Next, loans on reversions 2 lakhs thousand. Next, loans on policies 6 lakhs thousand. Next, investments. Okay, so what is the investment schedule? Schedule number 8. Your investments, even municipal securities, the amount is 5 lakhs. Next, Indian and foreign Indian and foreign government securities. So here only we take 10 lakhs. Freehold ground rents. So the types of investments. So I'm taking in investment schedule 8 lakhs. Reversions 5 lakhs. Right. Next, outstanding premium. Okay, my dears, outstanding premium is other asset. So schedule number 12. Outstanding premium, bank point of view, asset. Schedule number 12, 50,000. Next, outstanding interest, dividends, and rent. Also other asset, same schedule. Next, surrenders on business outside India, within India. Okay, surrenders, claims. My dears, remember, surrenders and surrenders and claims comes in schedule number 4. It is net benefits paid. So first, surrenders on business outside India, 1,000. Within India, 20,000. Next, cash in hand. Here cash in hand schedule number is 11. So in 11 schedule, take cash in hand. Cash in hand, the amount is 50,000. Next, claims admitted but not paid. Not paid means have to pay. Okay, claims paid means, my dears, remember, claims paid means comes in net benefits paid method, net benefits paid schedule. But here claims admitted but not paid means outstanding. Outstanding means it comes in other liability schedule. Yes, current liability schedule number 13. Claims admitted but not paid. The amount is 10,000. Okay. Next, claims on business within India, outside India. Okay, claims and surrenders comes in schedule number 4. Net benefits paid. Claims on business. First within India is given 2 lakhs. Next, outside India is given 10,000. Next, sundry creditors. Sundry creditors is liability. So the schedule number is 13. Sundry creditors. The amount is 15,000. Next, amount of life insurance fund at the beginning of the year. So my dears, at the beginning of the year means it is last year amount. So it comes in schedule number 6, inner column. Because present year amount we have to adjust. Life insurance fund, okay, opening balance. Last year balance 40 lakhs thousands. Next, expenses of management. Expenses of management is operating expense. It comes in schedule number 3. Expenses of management 20,000. Next, premiums on business within India, premiums on business outside India. Premiums, what is the premium schedule? Yes, schedule number 1. So under net premiums earned, take the premiums amount. For premiums in this problem, adjustments are not given. Actually, it is very simple problem. In next episode, we'll explain the one more problem. By taking the adjustments. Right. Outside India, 6,000. Okay. So all the items are completed. Let's we close all the schedules one by one. First, schedule number one. Schedule number one, the total is 4,86,000. Okay. Next, schedule number two, commission, nil. Next, schedule number three, operating expenses. So here operating expenses, the total is 20,000. Next, schedule number four, net benefits. So here net benefits total is 2,31,000 total. Then balance sheet schedules. First, share capital. Here share capital, nothing is given. Next, reserves and surplus we close, okay, at lost, because present year net profit or loss means surplus we have to adjust. Next, borrowings, nothing. Next, investments. Okay. The investments total is 28 lakhs. Next, loans. The loans total is 13 lakhs 50,000. Next, fixed assets, nil. Next, cash and bank balances, only one item, 50,000. Next, schedule number 12, advance and other assets, total 60,000. Next, schedule number 13, current liabilities total 25,000. Next, provisions, nil. Next, miscellaneous expenditure, also not there, nil. Okay. Now we post these amounts in final accounts. First, schedule number 1, 4,86,000. 4,86,000. Next, income from investments is not there. Other income also not given. So total A, 4,86,000 only. Next, schedule number 2, commission. In this problem, commission is not there. So nil. Next, schedule number 3, operating expenses total is 20,000. 20,000. Okay. Next, total B is 20,000. Next, schedule number 4, net benefits paid. The total we got 2,31,000. 2,31,000. And interim bonuses paid is not given, nil. So total C, 2,31,000. Okay. Now see, to get the balance, what is the principle? A minus B minus C. Total A minus total B minus total C. So total A is 4,86,000 minus total B 20,000 minus total C 2,31,000. So we get the surplus. The surplus of 2,35,000. 2,35,000. How we know is it surplus or deficit? Means, see, income is more, is all a expenditure. Okay. From schedule number 2 to schedule number 4 is expenditure. First schedule only income. Income is 4,86,000, but the expenditure is 20,000 plus 2,31,000. So income is more now. So we get 2,35,000 surplus, which we have to transfer balance sheet. But direct we not transfer to balance sheet. First we transfer to schedule number 6. In schedule number 6, add. Okay. In schedule number 6, add the profit or surplus for the year. Surplus for the year is 2,35,000. Now close the reserves and surplus schedule. Total 42,35,000. Schedule number 6 total is 42 lakhs is 35,000. Okay. So here the amounts are given in thousands now. So in amount column mention 3 zeros. Right. What is the schedule number 5? Capital. Capital is nothing. Next, nothing is there in this problem. Next, schedule number 7, also nil. So total liabilities 42 lakhs 35,000. Next, in assets, first schedule number 8, the total is 28 lakhs. Next, schedule number 9, the total is 13 lakhs 50,000. Schedule number 10, nil. Okay. So here be careful students, because in current assets, first we take schedule number 11, 12, 13 and 14 inner column. Okay. The net amount only we take outer column. So observe carefully. Cash and bank balances. Schedule number 11 don't take in outer column, take in inner column. So what is the 11 schedule total? 50,000. Here I am taking 50,000 in thousands. Okay. Next, schedule number 12. Schedule number 12 is advance and other assets. The total is 60,000. Take the subtotal amount in inner column. Okay. That is 1,10,000. Okay. Next, current liabilities. Here current liabilities, schedule number 13, 25,000. Next, provisions, nil. So subtotal B is 25,000. Okay. Now calculate net current assets. Okay. Net current assets means current liabilities total minus current current assets total minus current liabilities total, A minus B. So already we calculated now 1,10,000 minus 25,000. So what is the balance amount? Yes, 85,000. This amount only taken outer column. Okay, instead of taking all these, direct take the net current assets in outer column. Okay, 85,000. Next, miscellaneous expenditure is nil. Now close assets. Okay. The assets total also we are getting 42 lakhs 35,000. This is balance sheet. Okay. In next episode, we'll explain one more important problem. Okay. Take care and thank you.